Hello everyone, welcome to Kalpa Kendra Tarot. It's been a while since I posted on my channel and I ended up taking, I think, about 10 days break or maybe shorter than that, I don't remember. But I am back with a fresh reading for you, and this one we are going to do on the topic next three months for you, what to expect. So we're going to look at the next 3 months for 4 groups. Honestly, I want to do more groups, but by the end of like the third one, I'm so exhausted that it is like a big deal to pull off, I think, 4 groups. So maybe in the future I'll be doing more groups, but right now we will have to make do with 4 or maybe sometimes 3. But right now we have 4, so yeah. And I don't have to say much about the topic. It is something that interests all of us. What we are going to look at is not specific areas, but whatever comes through. So if something comes through about your love life, then that, professional life, emotional health, mental health, whatever comes through. So it is going to be general and also open to spirit, whatever spirit wants to communicate about with you. So that's how we are going to do it, and we have a couple of tarot decks that we are going to use today. It's not just one. So what you do is you select a pile based on the one that you feel most drawn to. You can pause whenever you want to and select your pile. Let's introduce the groups to you. The first one, or for the first group, we have Axinite. For the second group, we have Serpentine. For the third group, we have Septarian. For the fourth group, we have Labradorite. Okay, so that would be the 4 groups. I hate it when they are not aligned, but they look aligned now. So see you at the click of your timestamp. Group 1. So if you had selected the Axinite cards, then welcome to your reading. Group 1, we are changing the nature of reading this time. I am not going to lay all the cards for you at once. I'm going to shuffle some of them as I go about the reading. But first, let's focus on your crystal card. So the card says, are you able to find order within creative chaos? Are you going in too many directions and feeling energetically depleted? Take the time you need to rest, regroup, and rejuvenate. Look deeply for the clarity in the confusion. Recognize that less than positive experiences provide tools for developing an emotionally mature backbone. And the archangel message is from Saint Jude. I am grateful for my life's experiences. I learn from the past and realize there is always help and hope. I see my path and I'm focused on where I need to go. My mind is clear and I stay focused on my priorities. All right, group 1, Axinite is a stone that talks about being accepting of your fate and circumstances. Okay, so this gives me a feeling like whatever has happened in your past, this stone will help you be more accepting of the lessons that you derived from it, and also look at the future with a new set of eyes and hope. Be extremely hopeful about a bright future. That's what this stone essentially does. So as you picked up the stone, the feeling that I get for group 1 is that there is something that has happened in the past, and that was necessary in the sense it has awakened, yeah, it has awakened you to an understanding where you realize that you are bigger than the thing that you feared. Whatever that something had happened in your life which you feared, or which you thought that if it happened, or if that is the circumstance, then you would not be able to deal with it. But the moment it happened, you realize that you are bigger than your fear. You're bigger than anything that happens to you. There is nothing that is the end of the world for you. The only thing that would be the end of the world for you is the end of the world itself. Okay, apart from that, no matter what happens, you trust in the universe and you can align your resources to manage whatever and handle whatever it is that you have to deal with. Okay. And another thing that I get is that you are extremely focused on yourself. Like you have blinders on. You are totally, like, you are keeping aside everything that has to do with anybody else, and you are extremely serious about your own growth, about your own like the destination that you want to reach, about your own problems, their resolutions, your lessons from it. It's like you're obsessed with your own learning, and that is coming after some much needed tower moments. Okay, I have not seen the cards, but I feel like you have had a tower moment or a realization that made you understand that the only way to go about life is by focusing on yourself. Okay, that's what the card talks about. And now we will look into your tarot. So, group one, I have three cards for you from the Dreaming Way Tarot. The first card that came out was the Empress. The second card that came out is the Magician. And the third card that came out is the Five of Cups. Let's make sure that you're able to see them. So, I think these are pretty aligned with the message that your crystal card holds. You are dead focused, like you're like dead serious about yourself. Dead focused, is that a word? I don't know, but dead serious is like you're very, very serious about your own growth, and you want to put yourself in that highest timeline of yours, and you are going to do everything that is necessary in order to manifest that reality. um the underlying feeling is not, to be honest, is not that, like, whatever has happened in order to cause this shift in you is not a happy thing. Whatever happened after somebody broke your heart, or a circumstance broke your heart, or you got rejected by a, like, I don't know, by a person, or maybe a job situation. There was definitely something which broke your heart to the point that you realize that the only way out is through experiencing this pain. And in order to be able to, okay, that thing comes to mind by a Buddhist monk, that if you know how to suffer, you will suffer less. So you realize that yes, you cannot escape the pain, but the only way to overcome it is by focusing on yourself and focusing on your own growth, by becoming the Empress. So the underlying feeling beneath it all is not that happy. It's not that, yeah, okay, so I want to do this for myself, or I want to take care of myself, and I want to manifest my best life. No, there is sadness involved. It's like you have no other option than to rise to your power, than to, manifest your best life, and then to rise to the occasion, and then be able to claim from the universe what is rightfully yours. And and you're working from this place where you know that whatever you want is not with you at the moment, but it will come. So the next 3 months for you, group one, I shouldn't have said it, but I was going to say group three. I don't know why. So yeah, like for you, group one is to be totally invested in your own path. Okay, and there is nothing much to say about it. Rather, the only thing I can say is that every aspect of your life that comes to your mind, like whatever your goals are in terms of, say, your health, wealth, your career, whatever you have ignored because you were focusing on someone else, you're focusing on something else, and you realize now that that is not going to give you happiness, you are looking away from it and towards, like, you're looking sorry, you're looking at yourself. You're like, what do I need to do in order to improve the situation? What is my role here? And that is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay. And you are going to, I see a glow up coming up. You are absolutely focused on your best life, and that involves, yes, if you are not in the best of your health, then you cannot manifest your best life. So you are taking care of yourself to the point that you realize that your vessel, the body, is the only one that you got which can help you reach whatever goals you have set for yourself. So you are taking care of yourself, you're rising in self-love, and this self-love is not that ordinary self-love that, yeah, you're realizing that you have to love yourself. No, this is like, yeah, I mean, you're coming into your power, and you're absolutely, like, I can't even explain the way you are pushing through all the boundaries and all the resistance on your path, all the obstacles on your path, and then, you know, kind of establishing yourself as this powerful person that you are. Okay, you're like, this is me, here's my flag, and you can't take it away from me anymore. This is how powerfully you are rising, and these next 3 months are going to be extremely revealing in terms of how powerful you've always been, and you're only realizing and acting on it now. Okay, now from the Gypsy Oracle cards, the two cards that you have received is, why do I keep reversing them? They also came in reverse, I remember now. Yeah. So the first card was falseness, and the second was gift. There was some falseness involved in your situation, and if the situation has not happened yet, it is going to happen. There was some falseness involved, which you could not predict the situation to be what it is. Maybe you had a slight inkling about what is going on, but you could not understand for sure that you were being deceived, or something that was happening in the background you were not being able to read. Maybe you had an intuition, or you ignored it, and you're like, now you're understanding your intuition better. You're learning that whatever has to happen will happen, but it is happening for your highest good. There are certain things that we don't control about our lives. There are certain situations that's totally out of our hands. Okay, and you are realizing that some of the major things that changed your life, some of the major things that shook you up, that completely altered the trajectory of your life, were not even planned by you. You did not even see them coming. So, and you're realizing that you don't have to mentally focus on some of the issues that you've been worried about all along, because some of the issues that changed your life were not the issues that you were worried about in the first place, because you did not see them coming, or you did not see them coming at the time at a time when they actually happened. So you're like, mentally, if I worry about something, it doesn't help, because there are certain things in my life that I really cannot foresee, and that is where the moon energy is coming. So I can only focus on my manifestation, on what I can manifest or what I can do, and then leave the rest to the universe. And just this realization is proving to be a gift for you, a gift from the universe. You're slowly going to rise to you are going to emerge as extremely powerful in this next 3 months, and that is going to be inner power. Okay, what starts or what seems as 5 of cups is not like, you are going to, like, it's a gift. Honestly, it's a gift, and you are going to understand in the next 3 months why we wait a second. Yeah, so group one, we were saying that now you are going to understand that although we have given a bad reputation to these words such as catalyst or karmic, how when people come into our lives to give us lessons, that is really frowned upon, or people are outright scared of it. But these instances, these people, these events actually accelerate the process of our growth, and the place that we were supposed to reach in probably 2 months, we will reach in 2 weeks. The place where we were supposed to reach in 2 years, we will be in 2 months. Okay, so that is what these situations do to us, and you are going to realize, and you're going to be thankful for whatever happened that instigated this, or whatever situation happened in your life. Group one or didn't happen but is going to happen is going to be a blessing in disguise. Okay, that disguise is going to reveal itself. Okay, and another thing that this card talks about, which I'm not sure if I said, if, I will just repeat it. This card talks about aligning your physical energy, okay, your physical energy with the energy of the universe, aligning your physical self with universal consciousness. So, and that is a very magician like energy, and you literally have the magician. So you are going to understand, you're going to understand some manifestation secrets in the next 3 months, and you're going to understand just by it will either be mental understanding, in the sense that you come across material that teaches, like basically material that regarding, manifestation, law of attraction, then law of reverse action, or whatever, mirror exercise. You're going to understand some principles either by coming across them, or you are going to understand on your own, in the sense that you will have these eureka moments or aha moments on your own. You're going to be like, oh my god, now I understand why this didn't work out and why this had to be this way. Because you see, we are here because we are a spiritual community. This is a you only resonate with this reading, or this reading makes sense to you because you are a spiritual, everyone, all of us are spiritual beings having a human experience, but we are just not awakened to the fact. But since you are here, I am understanding that you are awakened to the fact. Okay, but much of what we discuss in this community will only make sense to you once you are initiated in that process of spiritual awakening. And the process of spiritual awakening involves that you realize certain things by virtue of your own journey in realizing the spiritual truth. So you can mentally learn something, you can come across materials, or mentally you can learn a lot of concepts, but it will still not make sense to you until you reach that level of consciousness. Because every stage in this journey of spiritual awakening has a different set of lessons, different set of messages. So until and unless you reach that stage, you're not going to understand, no matter how many books you read or how many articles you go through. So some of the things I think about manifestation, about why things did not work out, about what you need to do differently for each one of you, the set of situation, like the set of events that you're dealing with will be different, and you're going to realize individually why something happened in a certain way for you to rise up to a particular occasion in a certain manner, or realize certain things. Okay, so that's what I see for you. But we will look at other tarot cards about what can you expect in the next 3 months. What can Group 1 expect in the next 3 months, Spirit? Next 3 months. Okay. The next 3 months, Spirit. Next 3 months, Spirit. Okay, and then we have the 3 of branches. The next 3 months for you, Group 1, involves massive expansion. Okay, 3 of Wands here as the back of the deck energy. Okay, then you have 4 of Wands. Wow. So you are looking at a short-term future where you want to not only expand your vision or experiences, your lessons, but you are doing so much actively in order to achieve that expansion. I see you setting health goals, or you may not even have like a proper routine, in the sense that your routine may be such where you are being compassionate towards yourself, and you are not being that person who's like, you have to wake up at a certain hour and exercise for 1 hour, or then go for gym lessons and stuff like that. You're not being a dictator with yourself, but what you are essentially doing is that you are balancing flexibility with discipline. You are rising in a very balanced way. You are in no way dictatorial or harsh with yourself, but you are, since you have the first card that you have received is temperance, and temperance talks about reaching that balance within yourself. And since that energy is being balanced, you are not being one-sided with yourself, like motivation, inspiration, discipline, and you have to go achieve it. No, you're also in tune with your emotions, and you know what is right for you and what is not. Like, your path is clear to you. One of the things that I learned about, understanding what you should do, I'm not saying that what is right for you or wrong for you, is discernment, knowing your path, knowing which is not your path and knowing which is your path. And because you're developing that understanding, you're being extremely compassionate towards yourself. And you have two major arcanas, and then you also had the Empress and the Magician. Okay, so yeah, you have 6 cards and 4 major arcanas. What can I say? Then you also have the Page of Wands, where you are acting on your, with the Magician on top of the Magician. So you are acting on your inspiration. You're just acting on whatever you know you should do, and whether or not you think yourself to be an authority in that department or field, you just are not looking at that thing. Even, I think, whatever, I shouldn't be saying this, but if this happened with you, group 1, do comment. I think whatever you feared actually happened, or whatever your fear is, you're like, okay, I your fear is now taking a backstage. You're not concentrating on your fears anymore. So whether or not you're prepared, or you think that you have everything that it takes, you are just going ahead with claiming your best life. And that's why you're realizing that this falseness, whatever kept you trapped, whatever kept you in an illusion, was actually a gift, because it propelled you towards your highest timeline. And the last card that you have is the Star. The Star, which is why you are realizing your potential, your highest potential. So many times I've said highest, it should mean something to you, group 1. It's like you are not settling for less. And I mean it in the most I mean it in the nicest way possible, but it is also the most aggressive way possible, because you are being so unapologetic about what you want and what you deserve, that you are not going to back down anymore. And you're going ahead with such kindness because of this temperance energy in you. It's like, I know where I'm meant to be, but it's not toxic. The way you're handling your energy as the CEO of your life, as the manager of your life, the way you're handling your energy is very, very balanced. You're not toxic with yourself at all. You're not going to go for those push-ups that you cannot give. Like, when you've given up, when you have no more energy, you're still going on taking those push-ups. And that's not what you're going to do. You're going to know your limits, and you're going to be kind to yourself. You're going to be like, this is how much I can do, and I won't do more than this. But yes, I will do the best of what I can. And that is how you're rising as the star of your life. In this next 3 months, people will see the glow up in you, people will see the change in you, and you will become inspiration for a lot of people. I don't know what you're going to do in 3 months, whether you're going to achieve that health goal, or you're going to achieve that physical manifestation goal. You're going to manifest something in your life which you've wanted for a long time, something you're going to achieve where people are going to come to you and ask you, how did you do it? Or it's just that change in you. People are going to understand that vibe, that that vibration that you will emit. People will know it, and they will come to you asking what happened, like, what magical wand did you find? Okay, and another thing that I have to say is that in the Gypsy Oracle card, the back of the deck energy was melody. And one of the things that made me think is that you are going to understand the value of your health very, very well. You're like, nothing that happens to me is worth taking my health or my life for granted. Okay, and you are somehow this three of, yeah, this three of wands leading to four of wands. It's like this expansion is going to lead to a very strong foundation. Okay, you're just like, it's literally the next card. So basically that is going to lead to a very strong foundation for yourself, for your own life, in your career, in your own personal development. And you're also going to be very, very cautious about your health, and you're going to only do those things which is in your which is in the best interest of your body. That's what I see for you, group one, and I'm gonna end the reading here. Let me know if the reading resonated with you. If you liked it, do give a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, then go ahead, subscribe if you want more readings like this. I love to hear from you, so you can always leave a comment. Otherwise, I'll see you in some other reading sometime very, very soon. Also, I have a Hindi channel. If you're interested in Hindi tarot readings and would want to subscribe to that channel, then I'd leave a I'd leave the link in the description box. It's called Kalpa Kendra Life. I would love to see you there as well. Take care, group one. See you soon. Hello, group two. So if you had selected the Serpentine card, then welcome to your reading. Group two. The order of the reading has changed a little bit. I am not going to lay the cards before you right away. I am going to introduce the cards gradually, and also I'm going to do some live shuffling. Yeah. So group two, the next 3 months for you. Your card is Serpentine. Let's read the card first. Are you drawn to empower people on their spiritual path? Do you find comfort in circles of men and women who are aligned with higher paths? Spend time empowering yourself. Be ready to learn and grow alongside others of like mind. Be available to feed and clothe those who need help walking this earthly path. Wow. Okay, and the archangel messages from Saint Bridget. I affirm the well-being of myself and others. I remember the miraculous powers within my body, mind, and spirit. I am blessed with good health, prosperity, and fabulous friends and colleagues. Wherever I go and whatever I do, I share my many blessings. Okay, something I just remembered while I was reading this, and that's why I stopped, is that I call this the archangel messages, but these are affirmations. Okay, so if I make that mistake, I'm so sorry. You can use these sentences, these thoughts as affirmations. Okay, so looking at the Serpentine card, everything that the card says is so in alignment with what the stone represents. This stone has the meaning of Serpentine. This serpent is a snake. Okay, and it has a very coiled, like it's green in color and has appears coiled like a snake. I think that's where it derives its name from. And the card is not the card, the stone is actually symbolic of spiritual growth. How in Eastern culture, especially in India, there is, and I don't think India is the only country now, everybody talks about this, Kundalini awakening, how there is a coiled serpent lying asleep at the base chakra, which is also the first chakra if you start counting from the base. And that coiled energy eventually rises up to the crown chakra, which is the top of your head. And that is Kundalini awakening, which happens when you work on your chakras and are able to ultimately activate all the chakras and also the life force energy. Kundalini energy is basically the life force energy. When you're able to activate it, that's what happens. And it is, although a very potent exercise, spiritual exercise, it is also considered dangerous, since if you don't know how to handle that energy, it can be detrimental to you. But looks like you are on the path. Looks like you're on the path, group two. And these 3 months are absolutely crucial for your spiritual awakening. What is happening is that you are coming across, obviously if you have selected this group, you are definitely not coming across these concepts for the first time. Okay, there's no way group two. So you may have already learned a bit about these concepts, and you might already know some of the things that some of the things that are dominant topics of discussion in the spiritual community. You are figuring out how to progress on your spiritual journey. You are you may be thinking about Kundalini awakening. You are accessing that period where you're accessing that phase of your life now where you have to think about, like, the basic concepts and the basic things in the journey of your awakening is done. Now you are moving ahead onto more complicated stuff, more serious stuff, and you are actively looking for people who can help you on this path. These 3 months, the next 3 months, I'm seeing you understand the reality of the the nature of this reality a little bit more, the truth of behind this creation a little bit more, where you are able to understand why others experience life in a certain way and you experience life in a certain way. Why that difference? What is causing that difference? And you would be able to, like, earlier if you had questions in your mind that why is that person being able to party, this that person being able to have a relationship, like conventional relationship, and I'm not, these questions are collapsing. You are understanding that your path is different. You've come here for a very different purpose. I think you're already aware of your life purpose. Like, if this is happening, you are now thinking about the Kundalini awakening, then you are already aware of your life purpose, and now you have stopped. I think in not in the next 3 months, but I think now it's the current energy. You've stopped asking these questions. Why them? Why not me? Why can't it happen with me? Why can't I experience this? You're not asking these questions anymore. Group 2. Did I call you group 3 ever? Like in this reading? Did I? I'm sorry. I mean group 2. So and another thing that I wanted to talk about is this nakshatra, Aslesha nakshatra, in Vedic astrology, which is also the deity, I think, is it's ruled by snakes. Okay, so Aslesha nakshatra talks about this thing where people become aware about other people's intention. So when you, and they just know what others are thinking and how others are, they can just pick up on other people's energy. Okay, even normal people who are, like, not normal, everybody is normal and everybody is extraordinary, I don't mean it that way. I mean that people who are who are not even on a spiritual path, are not aware of spiritual concepts, have not worked on themselves spiritually, are able to sense energy in things and in other people, in situations. So that that is actually called clairsentience, and that ability, I think, is dormant in people who have major placements in major Aslesha nakshatra placements. You could have this placement, but that is not necessary. What I see happening is that activation of the clear sentience ability, understanding what other people are thinking, and that is why it becomes a problem for you to be with other people. When you hang out with your friends or people you used to once enjoy the company of, now you are going to feel extremely drained, and their thoughts you're going to pick up as your own, not understanding that it is their energy. You might make the mistake of thinking it's your energy and you need a lot of healing, and you are the one who needs to heal the trauma that you are experiencing as your own, but it is not even your own. It's like you go to meet a group of friends and you have not eaten, or if you've not had non-veg or chicken in a long time, but you go meet your friends and they are having some chicken dinner or something to eat which has chicken in it, and you feel this extreme craving for having chicken, and you then wonder that I don't even enjoy chicken. And when you eat the thing because you have this craving, and then you realize you're not even liking it, then why do you feel this intense craving? What happens sometimes is that it's not you who is having this craving, but others around you, the people who have gathered there, are having this intense craving for that food, and you just pick up that craving and feel it as your own feeling, and you have that food and you're like, I don't even like it, why am I doing it? And you're not understanding that it is other people's energy that you're picking up on. And it could be about, like, I give an example of chicken, but it could be anything. Like somebody wants to go for a foreign trip and obsessed with it, or somebody wants to make a Insta reel and is obsessed with it, obsessed with followers, and you can feel it as your own energy, thinking, I want followers, I was not like this, why am I feeling this way? So when you develop clairsentience, it is a difficult thing, and like there are a lot of things you develop as you progress on the spiritual path. But clairsentience is something that people are usually not able to handle that easily. Other things they are able to handle, like clairvoyance or claircognizance, I think other thing, clairaudience, yeah. I think these things they are able to handle more easily, but this can come as a surprise, and this I think is getting activated in you. It can cause a little bit of chaos in you if you don't know how to handle this energy. And that is what the Serpentine is talking about, this Kundalini awakening. And a lot of your portals will make very, very, especially when I'm doing this reading, Lionsgate portal is coming up. So I have already spoken about this card for 10 minutes. Imagine how many messages this card has for you. It's like this portal, Lionsgate portal, or any portal that comes up. Lionsgate portal is obviously going to be very, very important for you. It's important for everyone on a spiritual path. But all the portals that open up, the sunspot energy, the solar tsunami that is happening, everything is going to affect you very, very acutely. Okay, you're not going to be able to feel, you're going to like you're not going to be able to feel that low level of low level intensity of these portals. You will feel the high level intensity of these portals, and you might experience more intense ascension symptoms when the energy gets intense around these 3 months. So but it's not going to be like that always. It's 3 months, you're still balancing your energy. Like, this is your spiritual journey, and this is what is happening. Like, it's getting like you're reaching that stage where you focus on your Kundalini now. So your Kundalini awakening is happening, or some sort of spiritual awakening, which is very, very intense. Okay, it will resonate with you based on where you are, since this is a collective reading. So based on where you are at your journey, it will resonate. Things are going to get intense, and good intense, like spiritual intense, the kind of intense I think I want, and I think also you want. Okay, so the next cards that I have for you is from the Dreaming Way Tarot, isn't it? Isn't that the name? Yeah, that's the name. I love saying the name of that tarot because it's one of my favorite decks. You want to see it? Yeah. Irrelevant, I know, but just felt like saying it. So, group 2. I was going to call you group 4, but then again, I wanted to call you group 3 once. So, it's just something that I do because the chaos is in my head. Anyway, so the first card that you have is Death. The second card that you have is Ace of Swords, Eight of Swords, and then the Hierophant. There is some intense transformation, like when this card came out, I remember feeling Dark Night of the Soul. So Dark Night of the Soul. So basically you are going through a hermit mode, but it's not hermit mode. The hermit mode is so intense that it's the death mode. It's the death of the old you, and a new you is being born with clarity. Oh my god, I did not even think of Ace of Swords when I was going to say that, but Ace of Swords was just there when I said clarity. So the new you that is emerging has so much clarity about what is going to, like, where you're headed, that you're understanding that why that old you had to die. And you're not even, like I said, you remember that you're going to see your friends. And did I say that? Okay, what I mean is that when you're going to see a lot of people and not ask that question, that why are they being able to enjoy and why am I not being able to enjoy this the same way. You're not going to ask those questions. You're just going to have the clarity that that is not your path. That is not what you're meant to do here. And that discernment you are going to be able to exercise, that who are you and which timeline or which version of truth you want to align with. Okay, there's going to be lower vibrational truths, higher vibrational truths, no judgment there. Everybody will progress as per as per their own pace, or there's no judgment. Like, everybody is going to progress on their own based on what lessons they not on their own time, based on what lessons they need at a particular point of time. And there's no like, time is an illusion, and you're not going to force that growth upon anybody. And you're just happy. Like, earlier, if you felt like, because I think your spiritual awakening that isn't happening at this moment, like, awakening started a long time ago. It's not starting, not happening, not starting at this moment. Like, you have started on this journey, I think, a few months or at least a few years back. Okay, so the process had started long time ago, and you were kind of trying to understand why you're not being able to resonate with some people, why it doesn't make sense to you, what people say now, or you're not being able to understand or vibe with some of the people that you were close to or closest to. Now those confusions are getting cleared, and you are rising in clarity about why those things happened, and what the transformation entailed, and what it was directed towards, what it was trying to make you, like, what it was trying to create out of you. Okay, and like this, I have seen many Ace of Swords, but this is kind of my favorite, and I don't know, whenever it comes out, it's like clarity, truth. You're accepting the truth, you're accepting who you are, you're accepting these abilities are your life now. One thing I have to tell you, I have seen so many people who not so many, but quite like a couple of them, who have disability clairsentience, and they are like, it's quite a burden, group 2, to be honest. I mean, if you're able to feel other people's energy in your body, it's not a joyride. And so many people would give so many things to understand what people are thinking or how they're feeling. But once you are able to feel it, and also this happens, like, if you're on a spiritual path, usually you will be able to access these energies only when you are able to handle them, or only when the individual sorry only when the universe knows that these abilities or these powers are in safe hands, that you're not going to use these energies to harm somebody. Okay, when you're aligned with the universe, will you be blessed with such an energy. So I know that it can be extremely like extremely 10 of one, sort of like very burdensome. It can be difficult. It's not something that is to be taken lightly, and that is exactly where we come to Eight of Swords. And I didn't know, like, I was not thinking about this progression, but this progression was given, like, it's given. When you're accepting this truth is also making you realize that you're not going to be able to enjoy some of the things, and you're having Eight of Swords moment. Okay, before I talk about Eight of Swords, let me just tell you that I have known a lot of people who have this ability, not a lot, but quite a few, that tell me that, we are not able to go out, and we are not able to enjoy life the way we used to, since this ability or since this power got activated. And it is one way that universe tries to raise you in your power. Not raise, tries to help you rise in your power. It's that ability is given to you so that you can use it for some purpose, and the purpose will eventually be revealed to you. The people who are having spiritual awakening, the wanderers, and the light workers, and people from like energies or entities from other dimensions who took birth on earth, have a purpose to serve, and you're going to understand the purpose. But it is not going to be like that always. It is only when you experience a spiritual awakening, you are quite a little bit in your yin energy. Okay, it's through the yin that you access the spiritual awakening or the spiritual truth, and you materialize it, or go and have a material life or progress in the material world through your yang energy. So the yin energy can make you kind of take a step back and be in the Eight of Swords, where you are in your head about what to do, and you kind of think, and you are trapped by your own thoughts, in the sense that you don't know how to progress, and you are experiencing these things. But Eight of Swords is a very, very necessary moment in life, where you are like, it's your thoughts that you're trapped by. So you are basically making sense of your thoughts, and you are trying to figure out which path. And she has blindfolds on, so she can definitely move away, but it's like those blindfolds, that veil is what is in front of your eyes, and you're not being able to see the truth. But that being being on the other side of the veil, like not being able to see um, the truth, is also a necessary moment you'll realize, because now you're being prepared, you are seeing, you are experiencing all this, and this not being able to experience the truth, not being able to see the truth, is the material truth. Like the spiritual truth you're being able to see, and that's why you're not being able to understand how to act in this world. Like you don't know, you have no clarity about how to act and how to use this energy to for your own purpose, or how to go out and mingle in the world now, or what exactly should your next step should be. But it is all happening in order to establish you in the Hierophant position, in the position of an authority, where you are a spiritual leader. You could emerge as a spiritual leader. Kundalini awakening. Just look at this. Are you drawn to empower people on their spiritual path? And these are the cards. This is actually your back of the deck energy, but I felt compelled to take it because I knew that this is like, this is the message. This is what. And when I was shuffling, trust me, I just had an eye for the Hierophant. Like I just knew that Hierophant is gonna come up. So it's to establish you in the Hierophant energy, okay? And to establish you as a spiritual leader. And now that is why you're experiencing all these things, and that is what your 3 months look like to me. In 3 months, huge spiritual growth. The next two cards we have from Gypsy Oracle cards. One is sorrow and haughtiness. Yeah. So you are experiencing the pain of the energies that you're dealing with. It's not a happy feeling, like dark night of the soul. The traumas that you have underlying, like the layered traumas which you are not even consciously aware of, that were playing in your subconscious mind and sometimes in your unconscious, it's coming to the fore. It's coming to the fore for you to manage and heal, for in order for you to overcome them. And you are, it's not a happy feeling. We know how spiritual awakening, and if you don't know, you will, I'm sure you know, but if you don't know, spiritual awakening is not rainbows and roses. Rainbows and sunshines and roses also. So it's not. It involves a lot of healing, a lot of going through your deepest and darkest fears and secrets and emotions that you would rather not discuss with anybody. And your ego is also having, you're going through a huge ego death, and that is not pleasurable or pleasing either. It's you're realizing every place in which you had ego operating behind the scene. You're being able to recognize those moments, and you're now being able to work on your ego. And you're having Buddha and Mara moment where you are inviting your demons over to tea, and you're like having a discussion. You're like, I need to know where exactly I'm stuck so that I can rise to the Hierophant level of my consciousness, where I just know where things are in my control, and just see how calm and composed. And see, the Hierophant has his eyes closed. It's like he knows the truth, and it's not really, you're not going to be dogmatic, but you are going to be very established in your truth. You're going to be a teacher to a lot of people, and for that, the path of the teacher and the path of the leader has to be the most difficult, so that you know all the permutations and combinations that could go wrong, in order to be able to guide the people who will come to you with problems. Like you are going to experience the more difficult side of it. Like if your students, like, you're not going to be able to leave, say, I again have the non-veg example. Let me give it, huh? Don't judge me. Like you're not going to be able to give up non-veg in one go. You might like it, then not like it, then not like it. And you might ask the universe, why is this happening to me? Why can't I just decide to give up non-veg and not eat non-veg? And so the universe might tell you, because the path of the leader is the hardest. And when somebody comes to you and tells you that, I want to give up non-veg, but I'm not being able to do it, you would not even be able to resonate with the struggle. How will you guide them? So you are going to experience the more difficult part of all your students, and what your students are going to experience, so that you can guide them, so that you can emerge as the leader that you are. Okay. And now we are going to do some other tarot cards. Yeah. What is this? The Spirit Animal Tarot. Cleanse this cleanse this deck of all previous energy, so that I can do a fresh reading with it. Spirit, thank you. Yeah. These cards get stuck all the time. All the time they get stuck. Spirit for group 2, Spirit. The next 3 months for group 2 spirit. The next 3 months for group 2 spirit. The next 3 months for group 2 spirit. Oh my god. Next 3 months for group 2, not next 2 months. Next 3 months for group 2. Next 3 months for group 2 spirit. Alrighty, mighty. I don't know what happened, group 2, but all these intense energies, but now some very happy energies are also coming through for you. So what I can understand is that once you're able to deal with this energy, this intense spiritual awakening energy that you're dealing with in the next 3 months, you are going to experience a burst of happiness, and you're going to be like push towards your best life in the best possible way, the smoothest and the happiest possible way. So the cards that you have is 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and Queen of Wands. So basically you are going to be able to access your dreams. Once you deal with the yin energy, the yang energy is going to push through very quickly. It's gonna come in a very Knight of Swords, like very actively, quickly, strongly, in a forceful manner. It's gonna hit you, and you're gonna be able to act on your dreams. You're gonna be able to access your dreams once again. You're gonna understand what all makes you happy. It is going to be new. Like you will redefine your dreams. Your dreams will not be, see, at a different level of consciousness, like at different level of consciousness, our dreams and goals are different. So when we were kids, we probably thought differently, or what kind of a man we wanted, or what kind of a woman we wanted, what kind of a partner we wanted in our life, what kind of a job, what kind of a reality, what we wanted to manifest. That's why we say, leave it to the god. Like when not the god, leave it to god. It's like when you don't know better, when you, because you sometimes don't know what you want. Sometimes you think you want one thing, and then you then you wake up to the fact that you want something completely different. So basically you're going to understand this level of consciousness that you're going to rise to is going to help you redefine your dream, redefine your happiness, and you are also becoming extremely attractive because of that. Because anybody who comes and tells you, this is something that happens with my brother all the time, that my brother comes and tells me that one time you want something, and then the next time you want something else, you don't have clarity about what you want, and this and that. And I'm like, at least I'm honest enough to go ahead and claim whatever I am interested in at any given moment. Like, I'm honest about my desires, and I'm honest about my feelings. That is exactly what I see for you. Like, people coming and telling you that you are just one day you want to be a princess without a king, and the other day you want to be a queen, and manifest like the best king. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, so it's like you make up your mind, queen, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I have made up my mind, and I have made up my mind to follow my intuition, and follow whatever my intuition tells me at any given moment. And if that changes, it changes. I'm flexible enough to allow my intuition to make the changes it wants to make, rather than being egoistic about the things that I've said or the goals that I have set for myself. And if I don't want to do something anymore, then I have the courage and also the capacity to completely change my path and be something new, dream a new dream, and work for something completely different than what I was actually working, like work on something completely different than what I was working on. So you're gonna have that energy about you, and you're going to be unapologetic about it. Okay, so that is what you are going to rise to. That is what you're going to realize. And the end of the 3 months, I think towards the end of the 3 months, you're going to rise in some intense, like, powerful energy, where like what you are meant to do, and you're going ahead with it. You're understanding that how to channel that energy. Like, you have now, like, you've dealt with your yin, and now you are being given access to yang. And that is when you are like, you're forging ahead. You're like, you just know your path, and you're like at it. You're like going at it. So that's what I have for you, group 2. If the reading resonated with you, do give a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel and you want more readings like this, then do subscribe. I would love to hear from you, so leave a comment if you want to. I also have a channel, Hindi tarot channel, called Kalpa Kendra Life. The link will be in description. If you want to if you are interested in that, then do like, I'd love to see you on that channel as well. Otherwise, I'll leave you here. Take care. See you very soon in some other reading. Take care. Group 3. I feel inspired to call you groupers, threepers like the Hermit Tarot, but then I'll resist. Yeah. So, group 3. If you had chosen the Septarian card, then welcome to your reading. Let me tell you something honestly. You can listen to any other reading that you felt drawn to along with group 3, because I went to group 1 wanting to call them group 3. I went to group 2 wanting to call them group 3, and now I am at group 3. So you can do whatever, like whichever group, okay? So group 3. Let's read your card first. Septarian. Have you learned from your past experiences? Do you reflect back on your life as a tool for self-growth? Uncover, uncover your contracts with the ancestors who have already walked this path. Know you are safe and allow yourself to move forward with confidence. Cultivate peace and harmony within, in your home, and with extended family. Something that I need to tell you is that we have children playing outside, which should be great sound to play in the background, like a happy noise, but somehow it's not. Like, they're sometimes very loud. So I hope you don't mind. And the angel affirmation is from Ancestral Pureblons. Pureblons. Yeah, or Pureblons. I don't know how to say it, but if you know how to say it, then you should know in your head. Yeah, so I focus on the infinite wisdom of the ancient ones. I am divinely protected, so it is safe for me to be powerful. I release memories and beliefs that don't serve my highest good. I enjoy knitting together the past and present and recording realizations. Sorry, there was a brief pause there. So, group 3. I again wanted to say group is 3 plus. Yeah. So, Septarian. This card is called Septarian because you can literally see 7 here, but it appears like the 7 pattern appears on this stone. Not this card, like this stone is called Septarian because of this 7 pattern that appears on it. And also it is a spiritual number, and it is like it is formed by coming together of a lot of other stones, crystals. So and they all help you to connect with Mother Earth, nature, help you to understand the surroundings around you and the reality around you in a more spiritual way. Okay? And it is a very like soothing card. Which helps you in grounding, which helps you in accepting your reality. Like something, it's not like the energy that it has is very based in reality, and also like no tower moments here. The ocean is calm, but at the same time you're becoming aware of the power of the ocean, like the damage that it can cause. But what you're experiencing is not the um, angry ocean. You're actually experiencing the calm ocean, only realizing what it can do when it's angry. Okay, so the nature of the reality, the nature of the truth, you are waking up to, but the way you're waking up to you is the way you're waking up to it is smooth, and the journey involves certain stops which are also not very shocking. It is a very smooth and pleasant time of spiritual growth, of realizing that everything was in sync and everything was supposed to lead to this moment. Okay, and the balance that it strikes, the balance is achieved. Like you are experiencing the next 3 months, you are experiencing inner harmony and inner balance in a very sweet, pleasant way. I don't see, like, the energy of this card is such where I don't see anything whoa happening to you, okay? But you're invested in your self growth in the sense that you might have had moments where you have, obviously you have had some tower moments in the past at some point. You've had moments where you were completely shaken up. You had moments where you were like, very anxious, but you are settling into a moment where your clarity about why those moments happened, why you felt um, out of control at one point so intensely, and you're accepting that. So that acceptance and grounding is happening where you are completely grounded in reality, in your own truth. One story that comes to mind is, my brother told me the story like today in the morning itself, that a person who was accused of stealing something, who was accused of being a thief, was not dazzled by the accusations. He was not, like, he was not angry, he was not faced by these accusations. Like, okay, is dazzled the right word? I don't know, but he was not angry, and he was unfazed by these accusations. And when the other person asked that, why are you not bothered, or why are you not worried that you're being accused of being a thief by these people, and he said that these people, they have only met me, they don't know me, and I have known myself for um like whatever his age was. Like, I have known myself for so long, for so many years, so I would not depend on their judgment of me, of myself, so to understand who I am. So that's the kind of balancing you're achieving. Like, you don't know who you are, and you're not relying, like, you're coming into that rhythm of your own self, okay? Septarian. Now let's look at your tarot cards. Your tarot from the Dreaming Way tarot deck. I took 3 cards for group 1, but since you are group as 3 plus, I just did it and called you that. I am also going to take the back of the deck energy because I feel called to. I feel like it's like I would have had to mention it anyway. I would have had to mention it because the nature of the reading is such. So, because the nature of the messages is such, not the reading, like the messages. The first card you have is Strength, then you have the High Priestess, then you have Four of Wands, and then you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, so 3 months, next 3 months, group 3. Yeah. Anyway, first, you had to rise in your power, and that has happened. Like, you did something. Okay, I'm feeling very drawn to the Strength card. It's like the Strength card is, I don't know if it's happening to you, but it's totally happening to me. It's like calling me towards it. And I know that this is the, even though it's like the first card, this is like the central theme of your reading. And you also have the yin yang, like the infinity symbol going on. Yeah. On the top of this girl's head, if you want to see. I hope you'll be able to see it. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You had to exercise some strength in your personal life in order to become who you are, and you had to uh, be very vocal about your choices, about what you want in life, your path, your dreams and visions, which might not make sense to a lot of people, but you have had to be very, very clear about it, with your family, with your friends, with your, you meet the people who are invested in your life emotionally, and you had to be very honest. Maybe you had to let go of a relationship, maybe not in the recent past, but at some point in the past. You had to let go of a relationship which was not meant for you. People questioned your decisions, and maybe you had to let go of a job. People questioned your decisions, but you had to show them that you are bigger than anything, any perceivable shortcoming. No, no, not shortcoming. Any perceivable obstacle, or any perceivable, like, obstacle on your path, obviously, but setback, yeah, any perceivable setback that you are experiencing, failure that you are experiencing in the eyes of others, in the eyes of universe. Success, failure really doesn't make like much difference, because it's all come to teach you something and then take you to the next stage. So you had to do all of that, and when you did that, people questioned you, but then people later realized your inner power and who you are. And that is something you're starting this next 3 months with. Like, people know that you are not to be messed with, and you have done a lot of work on yourself. That is why Septarian, I think that balancing you've been able to strike, like that, all that angry ocean stuff that I was mentioning, you've already been through it. Like, it's done, dusted. Now you're experiencing the calm ocean, because you are telling me, look, I am experiencing the calm ocean doesn't mean that I have no idea about what the ocean can do. In fact, it did it to me, and that is why I know, and I'm so calm, I'm so in my power, experiencing the ocean as it is, because I have seen both the sides and I know how to handle both the things. Okay. And you are, yeah, so you did that, and people are realizing that, and you did this by acting on your intuition. Now the high priestess lit up. You did that by acting on your intuition, accessing your intuition. You were so, like, how do we align with our own truth? How do we understand what we are meant to do and what we are, who we are? How do we understand that? We understand that by constantly tapping into that inner voice, which is always willing to guide us, if only we make a commitment to listen to it and act on things that don't even make sense, but it makes sense to us, like that inner voice, and that's why we do it. Sometimes you don't even know why we are doing it, or you don't know why you have, where you manage that courage to let go of that job, that toxic relationship, that toxic family dynamic, that toxic friendship. You don't know where you got that strength from, but you got the strength from your inner voice, where, which people did not see, but you knew that it was there, and you accessed that inner voice in order to do all of that. If not, like in the past, you are going to be able to do it now. In the next 3 months, you're going to be able to rise to this power. But I have a feeling, I have a very strong feeling, like you are in this energy, you are in the strength energy, that you are channeling this inner strength, and people know it's because of who you are spiritually, and because you're tapped into your own energy. You're aligning yourself with, you have aligned yourself with the universe. You know what yoga means? Yoga means union. When you come into union with when you are in union with the universe, when your energies are in union, you're said to be in yoga. So yoga is not that bending and twisting that we think it is. Like, it is not that exercise which came from the ancient wisdom of exercises that you can do, that came to us from the ancient sages. Obviously it is, but it is only supposed to bring us into, like, our physical body into union with the universal consciousness and universal flow of energies. And that's what yoga is. You are in yoga, you're becoming a yogi, you're experiencing that yogic bliss. Okay. And that's why now you are being able to move on in the next 3 months to the Four of Wands, that established foundation, stable ground within yourself, where your energy is so stable, you just know. Group 3, don't tell me that you have no idea what you want in your life. And if you tell me that you have no idea, let me tell you, you will get the idea what you want, and you're going to be so sure of what you want, about that partner, that job, that, it talks about a wedding. And okay, this is a conch shell blowing, and this is really not the proper way to blow it. I don't know what happened. Usually it's louder than this, but yeah, whatever. So puja is happening at home, and this is how we do puja in India. Okay, we blow conch shells and there are bells involved. So yeah, Four of Wands. It's very, very I was going to say auspicious, but I meant auspicious. It is very, very auspicious, this moment that is being depicted in this card. But I feel that for you, you are realizing that you obviously know what partner, like what kind of partner you want. And if you are already in a marriage, you are realizing what your expectations from the marriage, what you want it to be like. You are understanding that what a firm, strong foundation means for you, and that is different from other people's expectations. But understanding of conventionally what they understand marriages and relationships and having a strong foundation or feeling settled, like they say, when will you settle down? Whatever they conventionally understand it to be, your understanding is a little different from it. You're completely understanding that, but wait a second. You're understanding that, but here, the inner knowing of what you want is so very strong that you are manifesting. And because it's like the seven, you are so aligned with the universe. You've been through something, you've done certain things, either law of attraction practices, some spiritual practices. You are so sure about what you are going to get and what's going to come to you, about law of karma, and you get what you give, and your outer reality only reflects your inner reality, that you are attracting. That balancing yourself and aligning yourself with the universe is basically getting you that abundance. That abundance could be in terms of a solid job that you manage, about a career opportunity, about some like financial abundance that you end up manifesting. It could also be, since it's the king and it's not the like knight or page, I feel like you are going to establish a very solid foundation financially. It is not like you're not starting, it's more than starting. You are getting the rewards of what you have started. So it could be something that you've started which is now giving you rewards. Now you are, if you've been trying to establish yourself as an influencer, or trying to gain followers so that you can like increase the what is it called? And these are the bells. Increase the returns that you get from your business. If you are trying to like increase your reach and reach out to more people, you are being able to do that. Either you might have that moment where your insta handle or social media handle blows up, okay, and you end up gaining a lot of follower. You become this, you are, it's not about the want, it's not about attraction, it's about financial abundance. So any route that will lead you to abundance, you are going to be able to see that very clearly. And your foundation is so strong when you're being rewarded with the abundance, in the sense that when you are being asked to take the position as the CEO in a company, what you have learned about that company and what you have known about your business, about your job, is so solid, is so rooted in the basics. Like you've so a clear understanding of your job and your field, that you are being able to shine as the King of Pentacles. They are understanding that you are, whatever you're claiming as your remuneration, you deserve it and you're gonna get it. That is the three of sorry, that is not the three of that's the next 3 months for you. Now let's see the Gypsy Oracle cards. Again, you've got the Lord, and then you also have the King of Pentacles. Also, let me talk about the love situation a little bit. If you are trying to manifest a person, if you were focusing, especially if it is a counterpart situation, it could be, since it's the Four of Wands, it's literally the 1111 card, and it often talks about counterparts, twin flames, soulmates, high level soulmates. So if it is a situation like that, and you depend, like you focused on yourself, you focused on self-love, and you depended, like you relied on your intuition to guide you, it could lead to union where your King of Pentacles, the person that you wished for, it could also be a woman. Okay, King of Pentacles is the energy where solid, stable person who is now ready for commitment, ready to share a life with you and share in your abundance, that abundant life where they are able to commit, they are able to take care of the family, whatever way they wanted to provide for you, or whatever way they wanted to rise to the occasion. They are here for you now. In the next 3 months it could happen. Okay, that is like basically what it shows in the love situation. I'm not pausing it, but I hope you don't get too bothered by that sound. Okay, it's the sound of worshipping God in India. This is how pujas are done. So yeah, you got the Death and the Lord card. So it is the end of a situation as we knew it. It's the situation is literally no longer, like your life is no longer going to be what it was at one point. You're transforming and emerging as somebody new, and Lord gives me again an indication that there is somebody entering your life that you wish for, and literally the Four of Wands here. So somebody you wish for is entering your life, and more than that, you are becoming that person. If the love situation is not involved, for some of you the love situation could literally be that you are in a relationship with someone and you are rising as the partner. You are becoming the person that you were meant to be and who you wanted to be, and that is aligning your outer reality with your inner reality, in the sense that as you become that person, your partner is also propelled to become that person. If your partner is also becoming that person, so who you deserved. So if it is a marriage situation or you're already in a relationship, it's that. But otherwise, it is one, you are manifesting that person. You're manifesting that person by becoming that person. That's why I said that it could be a divine counterpart situation where you are literally, you've worked on yourself so much that you're now manifesting that person for you. That person is coming for you. Okay. And yeah, we are literally seeing the death of an old energy, of an old version of you, and that has only happened because you've invested so much in your own growth that you're not the same person, or you would not be in the next 3 months. Okay, this is not the deck. Next, we are gonna get some cards from the Spirit Animal Tarot deck. Spirits, like this deck of all previous energy, so that I can do a fresh reading with it. Yeah. Group 3. Next 3 months for group 3 spirit. Next 3 months for group 3. Next 3 months for group 3. Next 3 months for group 3. Okay. Four of Cups. So you have acted on yourself, or you worked on yourself. You focused on yourself, and whatever you did to in order to become this version of you that you have emerged as, out of some disappointment where you're not being able to see the blessings, but then you focused on your blessings, and this is what is now happening. Like you are okay, Knight of Swords, it's happening very, very, whatever you move towards, whatever you chased in order to become that person, the chasing was more like you trying to become that version of you. Whatever it was that you were trying to work on, you wasted no time. You did it very, very fast, and that is what did your manifestations are also coming in very, very fast. Like this change, the 3 of Months, it's gonna look like zhish, zhish, zhish. Some of you could literally come into union after separation, and these changes are, like I said, it's happening very, very fast. It's happening in a way where you are able to share with others. Okay, it's like you are able to understand what you need, and that is not the world. You don't need everything, but there are very specific things that you need, and those specific things you're very focused on, because gorillas, when they share, they don't take a lot from the nature. They're like, they take what is meant for them, and you've asked God for what is meant for you to reach you. You're like, I'm not asking for some magical miraculous things, but I'm asking for what I deserve, and that is what my intuition should guide me towards. And your intuition is, and your life is now changing, but your life is changing in a way where, because you have Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles is a very balancing card where the divine intervenes to balance it out, and the divine is intervening to balance it out by through your intuition. You are being able to hear your spirit guides and know what your spirit guides want of you, and you are being able to do that. And since you acted, this entire change is happening, and your life is not the same. The wheel has turned, and it has turned in order to give you this moment, and you could, like I said, come into union. If not, You are establishing your foundation in a very solid way. You're leaving behind a lot that was not fulfilling you. So as you become the King of Pentacles, you're channeling a very yang energy. Like this 3 months, you're channeling your yang energy, and just by channeling that, you are attracting. So sorry, you're attracting the counterpart. You're probably experiencing yin, and now you're channeling yang, and also you're now attracting the yang by feeling it, by becoming that, embodying that energy. And because of that, you are having to leave behind a lot of things that you held dear to yourself, dear to your heart. But like we know that often, in order to rise to this position, we have to make a lot of sacrifices, and those sacrifices you're making, you're understanding the laws of the material world, and you are not angry with it. Like you are not demeaning the material world. You're understanding that some of the things that we need to do, or we need to sacrifice in order to achieve, like in order to achieve some of our goals, and manifest a reality, a material reality, requires sacrifice, requires clear discernment, and you're exercising that discernment and leaving behind what is not serving you. And you're doing it in a very smooth spiritual. I think you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of stormy weathers, and that's why this calm that you are experiencing. Like every time I talk about the calm, I feel like they have been through a lot. They've been through a lot. So that could be something, that you've been through so much that this this what you're experiencing as your reward the next 3 months is not even your reward. It's like a phase, and you know that because you've been through so much. You know that this is a phase, and I should enjoy it, and this too shall pass one day, and I'm just here to enjoy it, and just here to enjoy that moment. But this moment is so glorious because you're so in your power. And also this Six of Pentacles, you are understanding what you need to give to the universe, for the universe to give it, for the universe to give back what you deserve. That balancing that you're doing with your actions, and then letting, like holding space for the universe to act on your dreams. It's like you are posting a video, and you might not get instant views and instant likes on that video, but you're waiting that you know that when the video is supposed to reach, you probably had high expectations, or you have high expectations from the video, but you know that when it's supposed to reach that goal, or that moment where it blows up, you're quietly waiting for that moment, and you're exercising patience for the universe to act. And you are like you are telling the universe, no hurries. You know how we always ask the universe to hurry. You have Knight of Swords, but you have not hurried. You have been patient, and so the universe is like hurrying and now giving you everything, because you were so kind to the universe to just be in your strength, and then exercise this calm strength, that the universe is now reward, like very very happy. It's being generous, and it's telling you that you've been a friend, and why should the universe not be a friend to you? It's not like it is only when we are calm and patient will the universe you know switch things up for us. But I think things are switching off for you, like things are happening so fast because you've been so calm and patient, and now that energy is like coming in, and you are experiencing the calm, the balance, the union. I think the inner union, obviously, if you are somebody on a spiritual path, or you resonate with the label of twin flames, you are experiencing inner union. Okay, even if not outer union, some of you could literally go into outer union in the next 3 months, come very very close to it. Your counterpart could contact you, but even then, otherwise you will experience inner harmony and inner union. So that's what I have for you, group 3, for the next 3 months. If you enjoyed the reading, do give a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you would like to hear more such readings, watch more such readings, then do subscribe. I also have another channel for Hindi tarot readings. If you would be interested in something like that, then I'd leave a link in the description box, and I'd love to see you there. I love to hear your comments, and that's all. See you in another reading sometime very very soon. I'll leave you here, group 3. Take care. Hello, group 4. So if you've chosen the Labradorite card, then welcome to your reading. Group 4, let's read the card first. Do you often feel inspired to write? Are you a channel for messages from the divine? Take time to clear your consciousness to discern the truth. Set your intention to gain clarity and allow inspiration to flow through you. Trust that the information and wisdom you transcribe will help you and those around you. Metatron Enoch. Great ideas come to me all the time. I find the perfect words when speaking or writing. People listen to me. The written word comes to me and through me with ease. I have the ability to be a heavenly scribe. Those are the archangel affirmations for you. So the card Labradorite, group 4. The energy that I got from your group is that you have a lot of innate spiritual or psychic spiritual powers or psychic abilities, but you don't honor them. You look for validation outside of yourself. Like, for example, if you come to know something, okay, you're not completely aware of your powers, you're not completely aware of your abilities, okay? And if you come to know something, or if you feel like you have an inkling that that something has come true, or you felt something, you immediately rush to tell others in order for validation. Like, you have not experienced, wait a second. Yeah, so as we were saying, so you have not experienced a moment of spiritual significance, but like, in order for you to understand that that moment is of spiritual significance, or something spiritual happened, or you channeled the divine, or you were able to communicate with your guides, or something happened where it is spiritual in nature, it is of otherworldly, divine, magical. For you to realize all this, you will need validation for someone else. This is the energy that you've not fully settled into your power. Like, it's very initial stages. Like Labradorite, I've seen that sometimes when I get cards which are like very, very common, I understand that the energy with that stone, sometimes not always, but sometimes it is to take it very lightly what they have. Like, it is like ordinary. You are treating yourself as ordinary. You're treating yourself as ordinary. You're thinking that you are in the initial stages of awakening and spiritual progress, and you are not being able to you would not be able to channel like other people are channeling, or your visions, your understanding, your the voices that you hear, the dreams that you're dreaming, or whatever messages you feel like you're channeling for the collective are not important enough, because you are definitely not as awakened as some of the other people that you look up to. That is the energy that I'm feeling that you have, okay, group 4. And that's why they're saying that do you often feel inspired to write? Yeah, okay, that is just one of the things. Like, not only write, but if you sometimes you might feel inspired to paint something, sometimes you might feel inspired to tell someone something very specific, which you feel like you have a very strong feeling that is going to come true. And the moment that happens to you, you, not by believing your intuition, not by being in your own power, what you do is you tell someone is, I had this thing, I had this dream, or I had this feeling, I just knew that it's going to happen, and it happened. Guess what? You have that reaction because you are not believing yourself. The other person, they're shocked. They're the kind of reaction that you want to generate, or you want to see in someone else. That reaction you actually need from yourself. Like, that validation that you're seeking outside of yourself, you need to place it inside. Like, you validate yourself, like, yes, you had that. And if you need to hear loads of wow, yes, that is it, like you really experienced it, those things should come from you, not externally. One of these days I had this feeling that in order to, wait a second, all my cards are kinda falling apart. Yeah, so I had this feeling that we had created this like, not always, but sometimes I have this feeling that we have created signs in order to validate our spiritual experience, or our intuitive feelings, or what we knew. Like what we knew, we would not believe until and unless we create a mechanism outside of ourselves, and we call it science, and sometimes we just rely on science for that validation. What does science say? Or scientifically it is proven, and that is supposed to have some meaning, some great meaning, because we don't validate our inner knowing, we need some outside validation. And not that I'm saying that science has no value and then it is, I'm diminishing its value, and I'm saying that it's just created for that purpose of outside validation, external validation. No, but it has, I'm sure, like the developments in the progress of science, I am benefiting from it, I know. But yeah, sometimes I feel like that you are invalidating your own experiences, you're invalidating your own truth. Okay, another thing Labradorite talks about, it works very powerfully on the first two chakras, counting from the crown chakra. So crown chakra and third eye, it works very powerfully on. So you get downloads and also get visions of who you are meant to be. You, if you don't develop this inner knowing or this understanding that yes, everything that you're feeling, and you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and everything that you're feeling is of value and is worth paying attention to, you might just end up constantly disregarding yourself. Okay, is that a word? Like not giving yourself the importance that you deserve. And also this stone is it helps you understand the spiritual nature of reality. So you are, and it's also a very basic stone that you can get, like one of the safest stone that you can get in order to awaken your spiritual powers, in order to align yourself with the like with the spiritual truth, the universal truth, with magic in the universe. And whatever obstacle that you're facing, to get another way of looking at it, to understanding why it happened, to get that enlightenment perspective, or the enlightened perspective of your situations, you need to Labradorite really helps. So that message is coming through again and again, that you need to trust yourself, need to develop trust in your own abilities. So that could be what you are developing and what you are working on in the next 3 months. Yeah, we have your dreaming way, like cards from your dreaming way tarot deck. So yeah, the cards that we have, this is not the back of the deck energy. I actually had 3 cards for every group, and then I was kind of reading the back of the deck energy. But the back of the deck energy for you is the Hierophant. Yeah, realizing that you are fully capable of knowing everything and channeling that wise knowledge that you're seeking from outside, but you're just not believing it. But this was actually an extra card I shuffled for you. So the first card that you have is Four of Swords, second is Ten of Cups, then Three of Cups, and then Eight of Wands. You are really sitting with yourself a lot. Wait a second. Yeah, so you are sitting with yourself and trying to understand. You're also being, you see, when I'm doing this reading, the Lionsgate portal is coming up, but it is, since it is a timeless reading, you could be coming across this reading at any point in, you know, much after that we have been through the Lionsgate portal. But the thing is, whatever portal is opening up, you are being affected by ascension energies, by the energy shifts that the planet is currently going through. You may be unaware of them, you probably have not heard, or maybe you've heard about it. And whenever you experience the symptoms, you kind of debate with yourself about whether or not you're going through it, but you are going through it. So you are not, and you are not resting enough to let yourself adjust with these energies. And but you have to anyway make these adjustments, because these energies are finding their way to you. And maybe it's like it could be affecting you at an intense level, or maybe at a like not at an intense level, but at a low level of intensity. But still it is like affecting you. But you are resting, you're resting in order to adjust, and adjust with your own energies, about to adjust who you are. It's like you're looking at some of the things that has happened to you, and you're thinking that I never had the time to heal, never took the moment to understand what all I need to heal from. Wait a second. I constantly have people who are, walking up and down, so I needed to pause. Yeah. Basically, you never had a moment to heal the things that happened to you, and you're looking back at that time and you're resting. You are resting because you know that you have to show up for a lot of literally, these 3 months could involve a lot of happy times in your life. Some things that are coming up will involve you spending a lot of family time with your family, enjoying, and then relaxing. You might have a event in your family coming up, family gathering, wedding, just name it, and you are kind of preparing yourself so that you can energetically um, be strong enough to and experience these moments without feeling drained. And so you're resting to prepare yourself for a very happy, joyous time. And after that, in the next 3 months, you actually go on to experience something very happy, something very joyous, and you realize you end up having a very good time with the family. If you've not met a lot of people and you felt like God knows what meeting with them would feel like, or God knows what we would talk about, if you had anxiety, because it feels like in the Four of Swords you are thinking about, you're anxious about something. That's why I said the ascension energies might find you if you are on a spiritual path. Even if you are not, like, ascension energies end up affecting us in one way or the other. Sometimes we are not even aware of it. We go through it feeling anxious, thinking that it is something that we are creating in our heads, but it is actually ascension energies and we just don't know it. So you could be experiencing something like that, and going through, like, then moving into the next 3 months, like moving into this duration, you might end up celebrating a lot with your family, and you might think that how will I interact with those people if I met them, my extended family and relatives and stuff like that. You're actually going to have a very good time. You're going to go into the family time, really hoping for the best, expecting the best, but you would end up making some real good friends, and you might also meet your friends in the next 3 months. The people that you have not contacted, or the people who've not been in town in a long time, will come visiting your town, will come, you will, one second. I really wanted to pause, but I had no time. Group 4, I hope you can excuse me. Yeah, so uh, you really would not have a, like, the energy with your reading is very, to be honest with you, when I was doing the other 3 readings, it was like spiritually very heavy, very intense. But this is like a little calm down. You're not that invested. Like, you don't probably see yourself as a spiritual person. You're like, if you meet somebody, you're like, they're clearly more spiritual than I am, or they clearly understand things that I don't. You might experience things like that. Or in the next 3 months, at least, you're not focusing so much on what you are capable of or who you are, but in the background, I think you're just waking up to this realization. Or maybe if you're here in this reading, watching this reading, you realize that something is up with you. Like, you are probably a big deal and you're just not noticing. We are all big deals, but you are stepping into that lifetime where you are emerging as a big deal, like spiritually a big deal, but you're just not taking yourself seriously that way. So yeah, you're meeting a lot of people, you're having a gala time in the next 3 months, and you're realizing that you really missed it. You really missed it. Like Four of Swords, you are worried you would not enjoy it. You end up enjoying it, and then you realize that this is what was missing. Like, this fun you really missed. Eight of Wands, a lot of communicate after these people leave, or after you move on from this family gathering, whatever is happening where people are coming together, you're still going to communicate with these people a lot, and these people are going to introduce some new people into your life. Like, you meet some people and they're like, they bring in some more people, you get to know a lot more people because of some of the friends, and they mention other people, blah 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 blah, a lot. And you might end up traveling as well. They might invite you over, you might go to their place, end up traveling. It's like a very um energetic and very fast moving, fast paced, changing very fast, and um, energetically high, spontaneous 3 months for you. Okay, and you're getting a communication from friends that you have not visited in a long time. You are starting off like one thinking, oh my god, these next 3 months are going to be so fast paced for me. It's gonna require me to do so much. It's gonna require me to have so much energy. You're feeling energetically low because you need to spend all this energy, and then you're moving in a very fast pace. Like, yeah, it's actually happening. You are rising up to this moment, and you're experiencing this Eight of Wands, like a lot of communication, travel, short distance travel, going to meet different people. So yeah, it could also be traveling within the town or within the state that you are in, but within the region that you are in, but you're still traveling, okay, and having a good time the next 3 months. Oh, no, 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 sorry. Okay, so the next cards that you have is from Gypsy Oracle deck, Faithfulness and Messenger. So faithfulness, it's you could, yeah, the people that you've known long time, like you could be uniting with your pet. You could be uniting with people you've known when you were a kid, that you have had like you played when you were a kid, you played with when you were a kid. You think of them as very very close to you, your childhood buddies, your cousins that you played with. You maybe have memories of playing with each other's pets, and it's a very very happy time, and you're realizing how much love you're surrounded by and how many people love you. And Messenger, like I said, like this Eight of Wands made me like Eight of Wands could have a lot of interpretation, but in this context, in the context of your reading, this is very much like you getting messages and people sliding in your DMs and giving, like you planning to meet them. It's like that, and you're getting introduced to a lot of people. Like it's a very um outgoing energy, somebody who loves to celebrate life, starting with this thing where they are like feeling a little down because, oh god, I have to meet so many people, I have to just wait. It's like introverted energy, then going on to have a very extroverted time. Okay, and you are going to enjoy this, like this messenger, this exchanging messages and knowing, getting to know so many people. You're gonna have a very very solid time there. I'm not gonna pause it. It's puja happening in Indian home. I hope you can appreciate the sound. Now we will also look into some other messages for you, group 3. Please cleanse this desk of all previous energy so that I can do fresh reading with it. That's conch shell. I hope you find it interesting. Okay, that's conch shell blowing, and ideally we are not supposed to speak when it's like when we hear that sound, but often I do end up speaking. Anyways, so I'm getting a call from my sister, which I'm not going to take, but that's what I whenever something happens in a reading, I always relate it to what is going to happen. You are going to have a lot of people communicate, like get in touch with you, contact you these 3 months. You're going to be very very busy. You're going to have a very busy social life. The word that I was looking for is social. You're going to have a very active social life. Okay, so for group 3, next 3. So no, for group 4, sorry, if I ever call you group 3, please, I apologize. I ended up calling group 1, group 2, and also now you, group 3. I don't know what was up with that. I mentioned it to group 3 as well. So yeah, group 4, next 3 months for group 4. I think because we are doing 3 months, I think I ended up saying group 3 all the time. But please, spirit, group 4, next 3 months for group 4. Okay, another one. Oh my god, why? We need to clarify that. I didn't mean that. Oh my god, why? I mean, I just was like, okay, can another clarifier, please, spirit. Okay. Okay. I ended up pulling so many cards for you. I'm sorry, Temperance, but yeah, I needed that perspective. Okay, group four. So we have many cards. It's like Nurture of Feathers. It's like you're going to be Queen of Swords. Like you're just gonna know where you gotta draw that boundary and not overextend yourself and not over like it's like you don't need to spend your energy where you don't need to spend your energy, and you're gonna be very protective about your energy, and you're gonna, if you're not enjoying it, or if you're going to understand that yes, you are experiencing, like you're having, that's why I was feeling that energy where will I be able to handle all this socializing and meeting all these people. It's like you're gonna have a very strong boundary, and you're gonna understand that you are meeting all these people, you're going into all these parties and having a great time, but understanding that you can't be, like you cannot be in an energy where you have no boundaries, no sense of privacy, and you just go on meeting people and then exchanging numbers and talking to them. You're like, no, I am a very different person now, and I am not at that stage where I can let all these people have access to me. And you are going to be very honest about that. Some people asking to have a share in your energy would be like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not free to talk all the time. And if you are on Facebook, maybe you can add me. If you are on Twitter, maybe we can talk. Maybe on Insta we can talk. But no, I don't think we can exchange numbers. So some boundaries like that you are gonna draw. And then Knight of Pentacles, even though this is a very fast paced energy, and while you it's happening very very fast, all these events and meeting all these people coming across and celebrating, but you are moving through it with a very like calm head, and knowing where you are meant to go, understanding that your priorities are different, and giving priority to your, like I said, that you are understanding that something spiritual is up, something is up with yourself, self growth and self development, and your, like yourself, that you have to attend to, and you are very very um clear about that in your head. And then you have Seven of Feathers, which is the Seven of Swords, and I needed so many clarification, because this is a very distrustful energy where you are being deceived, and I wanted to know what you're being deceived about. So what you're being deceived about in the next 3 months is that you're meeting so many people, and they're at their best behavior with you, but you are realizing, are you able to see all the cards? I hope so. Okay, I'm just gonna put it here. So and you're just going to realize that even though they are at their best behavior and they are all nice and smiling and happy, you are going to probably be able to pick up on the energy of some of the people who are not so happy, who are just coming together and celebrating. They're partying to escape partying, like they're going to parties and having all these get-togethers only to escape from their troubles. So in personal life, you're going to realize that they are not so happy, like they are looking for an escape through all these Ten of Cups moment that they are creating for themselves. It's like, yes, my family is coming together and I'm enjoying and I'm having a great time, but constantly looking for this great time and not being able to stay peaceful in your own energy is an indication of the fact that you don't enjoy your own energy. And so there is some hint of trouble there, and you're going to understand that under nature, that even though people are appearing to be happy, they're probably not happy. Even though people are appearing to be very very social and very very, they're putting the best foot forward, but there's something at the background, like they're not who they seem to be. And you're going to pick up on that energy and distance yourself, move away from that energy. You're going to pick up on the energy of a lot of people who are not right for you at the face. That I'm not going to comment that people are good or bad for us. Everyone comes to give us the lessons we need, and you're only able to understand their energy because I think you have previously come across people who gave you the lessons necessary in order to identify people with similar energy, and you know walk away from them. Understand that you don't want that sort of experience anymore. So you're going to be able to walk away from them, even though they might be like, oh please, why group 4, why don't you want to spend time with us? We have not met in such a long time, or I heard such great things about you, I thought we could speak, or I thought we could go out. But you're gonna have very very strong boundaries, and that's why I think the Queen of Swords is coming up. Okay, Seer of Shells, like Page of Cups, you're gonna have that happy energy about you, and you're gonna, like, a lot of people are going to want to share, and that you're gonna be so happy when you show up in these places. It's like people are not going to understand just how understanding of their energy you are, like just how much you understand their energy. Like you're gonna know that what and not who is what, in the sense like not in a very egoistic way, but in a very wise way, in a very hierophant way. Yeah. You had the hierophant at the back, as the back of the deck energy, and I knew that it is of some importance. So yeah, so you're gonna know, you're gonna, like, that spiritual power that you're not paying attention to, it's gonna kick in, and it's gonna tell you that, be happy, enjoy, have a great time, but also know your boundaries. And that's why you're gonna appear as the king of wands to a lot of people. Like, you're gonna be very, very attractive to a lot of people. People are just going to know that you don't beg for anyone's attention. You just walk, like, how a lion walks and how a tiger walks. Like, they don't walk knowing, like, wanting to make people think that they are a big deal because they are a tiger, and they are not aware of all that when they're walking. They just walk, they just do their own thing, and people know who they are, people understand who they are. That's why you're gonna have that big cat energy, okay, about yourself. And that's what people are going to find very, very attractive. That's why they are going to be drawn towards you. But you understand very well why they are being drawn towards you, and you're gonna understand that. And that's why you're gonna maintain that happy demeanor, maintain that, oh yeah, I don't understand, like, you're gonna understand if somebody is wanting to date you because of a very purely physical reason, or not very deep, or people can say one thing, mean one thing, and you're gonna understand that very well. But you're gonna have that energy where you're gonna be like, oh, I didn't understand that you mean that. Or you're gonna act very, very innocent, but you're gonna know. And that's what people are going to find very attractive. It's like they're gonna pick up on that you're very wise, that you're very sorted, and you're very, like, you stay like in your own lane, and that's very, very attractive to people. So that's the next 3 months for you, group 4. I'm gonna end your reading here. If the reading resonated with you and you liked it, then do give a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed to the channel, then do consider subscribing, because I will keep bringing you more such readings. And I also have a Hindi tarot channel. The link of it would be in the description. It's called Kalpa Kendra Life, and I would love to see you there. And that's it for today. I hope to see you in another reading sometime very, very soon. Take care, group 4.